everyone. Good evening. I welcome one of the valued COE member, Aishwarya, who has a strong background in data analytics and statistics as well. So she is going to demonstrate the tips and tricks of Excel and how she has used and utilized the most advanced functions of Excel as well, and in terms of finance or in terms of statistics, which the topics we are going to cover in this session are filter functions, application of filter function, and offset, which is dynamic functions, and they can be used in different and versatile ways for the data analysis. So let's welcome Aishwarya, our speaker, our valued COE member for this session. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Thank you, Prem sir. Hello everyone. My name is Aishwarya Burkar and I.
Oh, and your mic.
Okay,
You can use only your phone to speak and listen.
okay. Hello. Now is it proper?
Yeah, perfect.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Okay. So sorry for the distance. Okay, then I'll repeat it once again. So now here I'm filtering the patients who are having the heart issues and I'm using the word and also their weight status is obesity. So I'll filter. So what I'm doing is I'm filtering based on more than one condition, right? So I'm using the heart issues column also and the weight status also. So I'll just use filter. I want this first name as my output. Okay, my selection area will be first name, or the output of the filter function should contain the names. And in the brackets, I'll just include heart issues equal to yes. And for and we will use asterisk sign. And then for weight status equal to obesity. Okay, so this is my output. These are the names who are having heart issues and also their weight status is obesity. Okay. So now this was for AND logical operator. So you must be knowing the logical operator of AND. So if it is true, true, then it is true. And rest true, false, false, true, and false, false, it is false, right? So if one condition meets and another condition is not met, the final will be not met condition, like false. So now for this was for AND. Now suppose I want for OR. Like suppose I want the patient names who are having heart issues or having weight status is obesity. So now what I will do is I'll just write it for you, filter again. These names, heart issues equal to yes. So for OR operator, you will use plus and then weight status equal to obesity. So this was for AND. For AND, we will use asterisk, star, and for OR, we will use plus. Okay. So first, now let me recap. First, we understood what is the filter function. Okay, so filter function, it gives us the filtered form of the data based on a particular criteria, particular condition. And second is we learned about the filter function. Like suppose my filter function output gave me two columns, but I want to include only first or second column. So we will apply the nested filter along with the curly brackets. So in curly brackets, I'm specifying 1 and 0. 1 means I want to include that output, or I may include that column, and 0 is just exclude it based on inclusion and exclusion. And third one was for and or. So this was about filter function. Now second application is filter function with top n. So now suppose uh, you means your manager comes and he tells us that please give me the top n data. So the top n is dynamic, top two highest performing. Does wild character work in Wait. Yes, it will work. Yes, I'm coming to that. Abhishek. Yes, I'm coming to that bit. Okay. So my second application is top n. So this n will be dynamic. Top 2, top 3, top 4. So now in this case, my n is dynamic, right? It is based on the user selection. So it will be 2, 3 based on the user selection. So we will use in that case we will use large function inside the filter function. So yes, so I have written 2 points over here who are meeting the condition out of range, who are the highest. So suppose now from this range I will use large. One second. So everybody must be knowing about this function. I will explain it to you. Large array. From this array, please give me the first highest. So it is 90. Okay, so out of this 90. Now suppose I'll write 2 over here. 78. So after 90 is 78. 1 second. So my second, okay, I will write here 1. And I'll write large from this array, second largest. And again, third largest. Okay. So now I'll just, if I'm doing this manually, right, I'm providing 1, 2, 3. Instead of that, you can provide a cell location over here. So I'll just put here one cell location, that is I1. Okay, now if I write over here 1, 2, and then 3. So now what I'll do is, I'll filter out the data. Now suppose, write large over here. So see, so my third largest is 76, right? So which are the, I have given one condition over here. I've given this range, and from this range, give me the values who are greater than or equal to this 76. Okay, so I'll just erase this. So is 60 greater than 76? No. 70 is greater than 76? No. And 56? No. Yes, 78 is greater than 76. 90 is greater than 76, and 76, I have provided the condition over here is greater than or equal to. Why? Because I want top n. Now, if I'm giving top 3, then I need to include that third one also, right? So I'm giving greater than or equal to. So using this same logic, I'll just filter the states, top 2 performing or top 3 performing. Suppose I put this array. Array means my selection area. And here what I will do, this whole array, and give me greater than or equal to large, this array, comma 3. It gave me Uttarakhand, Gujarat, and Punjab. See, so Uttarakhand we have 78. So wherever it is true. So let me tell you one thing. In my filter function, so the second argument which is include, it should be a Boolean array. So wherever it is true, it is filtering the data based on the true value, not for the false value. Okay. So my second argument, it should be in true. It should be in a Boolean array. So but suppose now, as Abhishek told that. We can use it for like wildcare character. So in that, now suppose I'll use search. So my search function will give me a particular number uh, where my search now suppose it was right here. Suppose Aishwarya. Suppose I write Aish and I write search. Give me A from this. So it is giving me the place where this particular letter is present, right? It's giving me the occurrence or the where this first occurrence is present. It's giving me the position. It's present at it's present. This A is present at the first position. Now suppose if I write S, it's here. This is present at the third position. So I'll explain this because I have the sheet in the search box sheet. So we're using the Vika characters over here. So any doubt in this? So what I'm doing is, again, I'll explain it. Excel always executes from the inner bracket. Okay, so what I'm doing is, now suppose I write large, and from this array, top two. So here the second largest is 78. So now if I just provide this range greater than or equal to this 78, I will get two values. Okay, this 78 and 90 greater than or equal to, I have provided equal to, so that's why it is giving me 78. So now this whole thing I am including in my second argument of the filter function. So filter, what I want to filter, the states. Okay, my array means the final output, and this range greater than or equal to large of 2. Okay, so first the inner bracket is executed. First it will filter the data. How it will filter the data? Like now, here we have the large, second largest one is 78. So greater than or equal to. So here I have two values. Like first value is inclusive, like I have given it greater than or equal to, and the second one is 90. So 90 and 78 will be included, Uttarakhand and Gujarat. Okay, now I have provided only A2 to A8. You can check this. So I've got. So you can actually create one chart over here. So this is the dynamic chart. Now here I have given 2, right? So I'll just provide one cell location. Okay, so I've got 3. I can write 4. I can write 2. Okay, so just understand from this that first inner bracket is executed, then later filter will filter the data based on the Boolean values. Wherever it is true, it will give me the data. Okay, so true here it is for Uttarakhand and Gujarat. It will give me the data. You can just write 5 over here. Okay. So now here you can actually, so now see, you can actually provide one outer function as sort. Okay, and sort the data. So my arguments are sort the array, sort index. Sort index is the on which column I want to sort. So I want to sort from the second column, right? And it's ascending or descending. So I'll put descending, largest to smallest. Okay, so Gujarat, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Maharashtra. So Gujarat value is 90. So if you write 2 over here, so it will give me this. So you can do this top and thing. Okay, any doubt in this? Okay. Okay. So we move to, you can ask your doubts at the end of session, no problem. So my third function is offset function. Okay, so offset function returns the particular sub range of the data. Now, so, I mean a particular range from the data. Now, suppose I'll explain you the arguments, then it will be very much clear to you. Offset. So here we have 5 arguments: reference, rows, columns, height, and weight. So reference means the starting point or the base point. Okay, so where I want to start. Okay, so reference means the starting point, the base point. So I will start from this. Okay, rows. Rows means how many rows I want to move. Okay, from this starting from this base point, how many rows I want to move. So suppose I will write 1. And columns. So columns means columns, and how many rows, I mean how many columns I want to move from this base point. No, I don't want to move. I just want to stay in that column only. So I'll write 0, comma, height. Height means how many rows I want to retrieve. Retrieve means how many rows I want in my output. So suppose I write 4. And width is how many columns I want to retrieve. I want in my output. So I'll write 1. So it gave me 34. How 34? So see, I started from A, then I moved 1 row forward, then I didn't move any column. I'm staying in the same column only. And from this, I'm getting, I mean, I want 4 rows to be retrieved in my output. So 34, 96, 16, 20. So this is my output. And 1 column. Now suppose if you write, if I just tweak this like a 2, then it will give me, so from the starting point, so you can see A1 is my base point. I moved 2 rows forward, 34 and 96. So it will start from 96. And how many rows I want to retrieve? 4. So from 96, 16, 21, 45. So this is the offset function. I'll write the arguments for you. Reference. Reference means it's your starting point or the base point. Okay, and here we have rows. Rows means how many rows you want to move. Calls means same. How many? I'll write columns you want to move. Height. Height means how many rows you want to retrieve. And width is how many columns you want to retrieve. Okay, now suppose shift this. Now suppose I write here 2. So it gave me 2 columns because in my final output I have specified 2. So means how many columns you want to retrieve, I specified it as 2. So it's giving me from the starting point, I move 2 rows forward, then 96, 16, 21, 45 means 4 rows I want to retrieve, and also 2 columns. So 96, 78, 16, 84, 21, 16, and 45. So this is about the offset function. Any doubt in this? Okay, so and one more thing to be remembered is these last 2 arguments cannot be 0, right? So suppose now in Excel, a particular cell, it is made up of 1 column and 1 row. Now if you check the cell address, if you check the cell address, we have the first as the column and the number. So basically, if you are providing any of these 2 arguments, height of it as 0, you are telling that 0 columns or 0 rows. That is not a valid address. It is very invalid. So suppose if I write 0, it doesn't make any sense because you are telling I need 4 rows and 0 column. But in Excel, each and every row, like we have columns and we have rows. So this gives me a proper range. Okay, so the last 2 arguments cannot be 0. They only can be 1 or greater than 1. Sorry. Okay, 96 and just write 3, then it will give this. Okay, so now offset, one of the application of offset is offset dynamic graph. Okay, so if you have understood this, then this will be very easy. So I have this date column and I have this revenue generated column. So now I am updating this on daily basis. Okay, and what I am doing is I am providing a 7-day chart. Okay, a 7-day report or 7-day chart to my manager. Like now, if I just put here 11, suppose 11 August, I updated it. So 11/08/2025 and updated my value. Suppose came as 60. So what I am doing is means my final output should be last 7 days ka report. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 7 days ka report my manager needs. So how you can do this? Using offset function. So see, whenever, so I have written your 2 points to be remembered in such scenarios. So whenever you are updating something on a daily basis, then you use count, okay, and minus is to go forward. Wait, I'll explain this to you. Offset. So first I will do count. Okay, for in this count, I'll select the whole column B2B because I'm updating on daily basis, right? So I have 22 values in this, right? I have 22 values in this. And whenever, if I add anything here, it will get updated. Now, suppose if I write 23, it will get updated, right? So whenever I'm updating on daily basis, I'll use this count. And this value I'm going to use in my offset function. So see, equal to offset reference point. Reference point is the base point. How many rows I want to move? Now suppose, so yes, so how many rows I want to move? I want to move 22 rows. I want to move forward from this base point. So you'll understand what I'm doing. Columns, I don't want to move any column. I just want to stay there only. So I'll write 0. And height. What is my height? Height is fixed. Means I want 7 days ka report. My manager is asking 7 days ka report. So 7. Width is 2. Why? Because I want date also and revenue generated. Based on this output, I need to generate a graph. Okay, wait. Let me explain this why this came. Wait. So, if you have understood this, then you will understand this easily. So here I have started from this. I moved 22 rows. So I moved 22 rows. And then from this position, I moved 20. From this position, I need 7 rows to be retrieved in my data. But here, anything is there? No, nothing is present. So it gave me 0. So what I'll do? I'll do minus. I'll do minus over here. Okay, so minus means you're going backwards. Plus 7 means you're going forward. Okay, so now here, see, I move 22 rows. And from this, give me 7 rows to be retrieved in my output. So minus 7. Minus 7 means I moved backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it gave me this data. So now see the magic. If I just update this 1108, sorry. And if I write 60, this will get updated. It will give me the from today's date. Now suppose just assume that today is 11th August. So it will give me including today's date and last 6 days. Means 1 week ka report. So see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here the trick is that whenever you are, okay, wait, I'll just generate this graph here. Okay. Now this graph would be dynamic. Okay, now if I just include 12, 8, 1025 and 45. Okay, it got updated. So here the trick is that whenever you are updating on daily basis, then you will use count with the whole range will take because you are updating, right? So this count will change eventually. Okay, any doubt in this? If you have understood this offset function, then this is very easy. So only the thing is I've used minus over here. Minus means I want to go backwards. And for forwards, we will use plus. Okay. Any doubt? Okay, you can just write in text also if you have any doubts. Okay. My next sheet is index match. So index match, whenever our normal VLOOKUP fails. So our VLOOKUP only works when we have the lookup column in the left side of the data and my return column is on the left, right side of the data. So suppose I have this data, right? Let's put this over here. And now I write here Anish. Now I want to retrieve that how much mark has Anish scored. So I'll just use VLOOKUP, lookup value, table array, and column index 2, 0. So he has scored 60. So VLOOKUP works only from left to right, right? But if I have this data, so if I just put over here VLOOKUP, Anish, and have this data. So it gave me an error, right? So in such scenarios where VLOOKUP fails, you can use XLOOKUP also. XLOOKUP, it is the it is the master of all the lookup. So you can use XLOOKUP or you can use index match. So how index match is used? There is one trick over it because you don't write directly because in Excel the formulas work from the inner bracket. Inner bracket execution is done first, then outer bracket. So here match. Okay, so index match. So match gives us the position. I'll just write it over here. Match gives us the position and index gives us the value based on that position. Based on that position. Okay. So Anish. So I want to find the marks of Anish. So first I'll write match. First I'll right match. The first step is find the match. Match means I want to find where this Anish is present. Okay, Anish, lookup value, lookup array here, 0. So Anish is present at the first position. So based on the first position, I want to retrieve the value. So my outer bracket will be index. So what I want to retrieve means what I want in my output marks, right? So that will be my value, 60. So always while writing formulas in Excel, you just don't write it from starting. Like means I have seen many people, they first start from index and then they use match. So this is very clumsy, right? Because it will be very people get confused in this. So first write from the inner bracket, start from the inner bracket and then outer bracket. Because inner bracket execution is done first. First match, it will give me the position of this Anish, and index will give us the value based on this position. Okay. So this was about index. Any doubt in this? Hello. Okay, fine. Okay. So one of the application of index match with large. Okay. So with large. So now suppose I have this data, name, subject. We have subjects and we have names and we have the marks of the subjects. So what I want to, my output is, I want the names of the students. Okay, so now suppose I have Anish over here. So my highest marks Anish has scored is in geography, and second highest marks he has scored in science. Okay. So now we will use index match with large. The first step. This is one of the use case, and second use case you can use it when means I'm just telling, like you have the election data, you have the booths of the data and the parties. So I want to find which party has which which is the top one performing party in that particular booth, top two performing party in that particular booth. So top one, top two, this is dynamic, right? So in dynamic we will use large. If you want the maximum, then we will use maximum function, max function. Wait, I'll just write first step. My first step will be you find the maximum. Now here my goal is to find which subject has Anish scored the highest. So I know that he has scored geography. In geography, he has scored highest marks. But how we can do this with the help of formula? First step, you need to follow the steps. First step is max. We'll use max from this 95. Okay. Now the same thing, what we did in index match. Now we will find the position of this. So second step will be, I find this position of this 95 from this match. For position, we will use match function 95 from this array 0. So 95 is present at the fifth position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, yes, what is my goal? I want the means I want the highest scoring subject. Okay, so my value with subject. So I'll use index. I just put it. Third step, index. Okay, so my index, my value means ultimately what I want. I want the subject where this Anish has scored the highest marks. So this will be my value subject array. And this one, it's geography. Okay, understood. You need to follow these steps. Same way in index match, what we did, we found out where this Anish is present, at which position, and based on this position, we retrieve the value. Value means ultimately what I want. I want the marks. So that marks array will come in index. So here also, I want which subject has Anish scored the highest. So subject. So subject will come in the subject array will come in the index. Okay, so now if I drag this, okay, now if I of this, Now this will be locked because I want from the subject. So this I have written in parts. So you can combine this whole thing. How will you combine this? Wait. Match. I'll write directly. But this is the wrong way I should tell. You should not write the formula like this. You must always start from the inner bracket and then you go on adding the outer brackets. Okay, match, max. So, okay. So this is the wrong way I'm telling you. You must always start how these steps I have shown to you. You will first find the maximum, then this maximum number at which position it is present, and based on that position, the value which we want in my output. Okay. So the final, do you have any doubts? This you can I see I need to check the messages. H lookup works the same way to use index match. No, H lookup will work from top to bottom, right? When your data is top to bottom. V lookup works from left to right, and when we have the data of top to bottom, I'll explain this to you. Index match is just another application I'm explaining to you. Okay, and you can use X lookup also because whenever the certain conditions are not met in H lookup or V lookup, we can use X lookup also. So last is search box, as someone asked. Abhishek Mahajan, he asked about the wild characters in filter function. What we have to do when we have same score produced, like in second row Marathi and Java. Wait. Okay, I got your point. Okay, I'll come to that. Wait. Here, I'm telling, means I will explain you how you can add a search box. Okay. Now, suppose you have this data and you want to make it such thing like if I add a search box, I'll just type the name of the patient and all the details will be visible of that particular patient. So how we can do that? So in this scenario, we will this means he told me this wild characters will be used. Okay. So now remember that in filter function, I told that the second argument, which is the include, it should be in the form of Boolean, either true or false. So if it is true, then it will give, means if it will filter the whole data based on the true values. So if I write something like, wait, I'll just pick one name over here. Suppose Patrick. Patrick over here. Wait. If I write search Patrick from this column. Okay. So it's giving me from this column, I am searching Patrick. So here it is not present, it is not present, it is present over here. So it gave me the position. Okay. So suppose if I write Pat, still it will give me. Okay. So now here it is giving me error for rest of the cells and it is giving me the numbers. But this won't be allowed in my second argument of the filter function because my filter function, what it tells my second argument should be in the form of Boolean. So I'll write each number over here. So wherever there is an error, it will give me false, and wherever it finds the this particular initials of the name, then it will give me true. So the same thing I'll use over here. So suppose I'll filter. I'll give one cell location, this N1. I'll filter. Suppose I want all the details, comma, include. Include. What I'll include first, I'll do now if number, what I did, if number search what search from this N1 cell? From where? From where? From this first name. Okay, wait. Put this Patrick. Okay, so it gave me the data of Patrick over here. Okay, it's Mr. Jan Patrick. It's Patrick. So you need to be very specific here. Because Jan Patrick. Okay, so this is the data which it gave me by filtering by just putting some initials. I write bad. It's only one data is present, and if I write right. So okay, so we will add one search box over here. So how we can do that? Suppose we will go to developer, insert, and in the ActiveX controls, we'll put this text box AB1. I'll put this, and I'll go to properties. And here in properties, there is this particular thing, linked cell. So my cell should be linked to this. If I type something here, my output must be generated. So I'll write N1 because I have provided this cell location over here. And okay, so now I'll turn off this design mode, and now I will type. This close. Suppose I put David. David. Okay, so you can put this search box. Just so you on the design mode. Sorry, we put here, and this formula I will paste over here. Okay, so we'll off this, and if I type anything like Jennifer. Okay, so this CLC error means nothing, means this data is not present, means this particular thing is not present. If I put double N, Jennifer. Okay, so if you want to just make it, you have Jenny also here and Jennifer. So need to put F over here, then it will give me the perfect data. Okay, so I had this question. This. Has anybody doubt in this? Seems good for two subjects. Okay, so in this case, wait, I'll just. Has anybody doubt in this? Hello. From any of these sheets? Okay. Okay, so this is from my side for today. And Nagarjun, you are in the group, right? So I'll check this one. This can be solved with the use of filter function. Now, suppose if I'll show the one scenario to you. Before that, I want to give one trick. Like suppose you have subjects, subject, and you have French, English, and Hindi. So what I need to do is, means you want to create separate sheets. Without VBA, you can do that. We want to create separate sheets like French, means this sheet should be of French, English, and Hindi. So what you can do, will select, you will insert one pivot table. Okay. And then you will put this subject in this filter section. And then you will go to options, then show report filter pages, and you will press OK. So your automatic sheets will be created, English, French, and Hindi. So this was one of the trick which I learned recently. So I just wanted to share with you all. Okay, has anybody doubt in this? Yes, Nagarjuna, I'll just, you are in the group, right? Hello. Hi. Okay, then I'll get back to you on this. I'll share this file and also your problem statement. I'll try now and I'll send this in the groups. So anybody is having doubt, please let me know. You can unmute yourself, no problem.
Can you teach pivot table?
Sorry, sir.
Pivot table.
Okay, the last part which I explained, do you want me to repeat it?
No. So entire pivot table, you if you have time, you can address any other that. Not an issue.
Uh, can you repeat means pivot table? What pivot table?
I want to learn pivot table.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I'll share my screen. Wait, I'll take this data and I'll paste it over here. So, pivot table, it is used for the summarization purpose. Okay, so when you want to summarize the whole data in one table, then you can use pivot table. So now suppose here I want to find the heart issues. How many people are with the heart issues? Means I want the count of yes and count of no. Or else you can take the smoker column also. Okay. So we will select for the first step is we'll select the whole data, control A. Then we have the shortcut Alt and BT. Or you can go here by insert and pivot table from this. Okay. So this is a pivot table. And now what I want to find is I will put these heart issues in these rows. And then I want to find the count. So count will be, I take customer ID. It will basically count for this particular yes or no. Okay. So here I have the count. Now you can play around with this. So here the count is valid, but you can use some count, average, max, minimum, and everything. Now suppose you want distinct count to be added into the pivot table. Okay. So now what you will do is, so now see here you have this in value field settings, you have only the count, right? You don't have distinct count as the value field setting. So if you want that particular field setting to be included in this, then you can press Alt and BT. Then you have to check this in, add this data to the data model. Okay. Okay, so in time. Yes. So if I put this over here, art issues and customer ID. So here you will get the option of distinct count also. It will be totally dependent on your use case for what you are using distinct count. Okay. So previously, if you don't check the add this data to data model, it will just give me the count value field setting. But if you just check in the checkbox, then you will get distinct count as well. Okay, and you can play around like now. Suppose so the values. So whatever values you want, you must include it in the values section, and you can also put it in something. You can put this here. Suppose diabetic status. So you will put in filters. So it will filter the data. So you have diabetes, normal and pre-diabetes. So I'm just check this diabetes. So my count will get changed. Now suppose you want to find the percentage. Okay, so you know needn't to do the manual work. So suppose if I write this, okay, so this is at P4, right? P4 divided by the grand total. Grand total is present at P6. Okay, so you needn't to do that. It is present in the pivot table itself. What you need to do is just put this uh, count over here and then press right key, shift F10. then you can show values as the percentage of grand total. So it will give me 58.42%, 41.58%. So here, if when you press the right click, you have summarized values as count, distinct count will appear, show values as percent of grand total, column total, row total, etc. So I'll I'll take a differentiation on pivot table because I am working extensively on pivot table at my workplace. So okay, I'll share some PDFs with you. You can just text me WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so this was all for today. Any doubts, you can text me. I'll send this file along with Nagarjuna. Okay, welcome. Comprehension. Nagarjuna has asked me the doubt. You can solve this with the help of filter function. I can show this to you whenever you are free. If you are free, then I can show now also. This data model is vast topic. Means yes. So if you deal with Power Pivot and other stuffs, then yes. So I'll post one link. Actually, we have Alan sir. So he has explained in depth regarding the Power Pivot and other important things. So wait, I'll just post his YouTube link. One second. You can refer to his channel. He posts a lot of interesting topics related to dashboarding and everything. Most of the things I've learned from him only. And second is one second. We have Center of Excellence YouTube channel as well, where recordings and sessions are posted, maybe related to Excel, Power BI, Azure, etc. So you can just subscribe to these links. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Okay, if you have time, then I can explain you one use case. Suppose you have the like something, you have the repeated names. Wait, I'll just share my screen. Okay. Now suppose I have the names over here and something that values. If I write in hash, hash, then I'll write something Mira. Okay. So I have these values. So I'll generate these values using rand between because I don't want to type 100 and I could press Control Enter and I'll paste this as values. So now suppose what you want is I want these names. I want these names to be in suppose now see I want my output to be this way. And besides that, I want their values. Suppose 52, 32, and 100, and 46, and 90. So how you can do this? Means this is basically related to Nagarjun. I mean, he has asked the other query, but I'm just explaining. It's quite related. So I want, this is basically the problem of VLOOKUP with multiple values. Okay, so my names are repeated and I want their values to be besides them. So what you can do is, first step, always follow the steps. First, I will take unique. Why? Because I want their names to be included, unique names one time and with their values. So I took the unique Ash and Mira. Now here I'll use filter function. So like I told in the beginning that filter function has it helps to solve most of the use cases. So I'll write filter. So filter this array. Okay, array, my selection area. I'm repeating again. My array is my selection area or the output which I want. Output which I want after with respect to this filter function, and include is, so what I want to include, I want the values, right? So I'll put this, I want to filter with respect to Ash. Wait 1 second, what is happening? Oh, sorry, I just put comma here. So with respect to what it has done, it has filtered the data based on Ash. So I've got Ash has repeated 3 times, 52, 32, 100. So it gave me these 3 values. So same it will give me for Mira also. So I'm doing, I'm filtering based on Ash and Mira. So the same thing now again, what I want only the values, right? Because Ash I have written the name 1 time. I don't want this particular output. I mean, I don't want this particular first column. So I'll write filter. What I will do, I don't want this. I want to exclude this. I want to include this. So exclude the first column of my output and include the second column of my output. 52. Okay. 0 means what I did. 0 means I want to exclude this. 1 means I want to include this. Okay. So now I want it to be besides each other. Then I can do it as text join. So you can see how I am doing like sequence. I'm just writing one filter function and then I'm adding outer brackets. So this is the way you should write your formulas in Excel. So now if I write text join, I'll write text join. Wait, I'll explain you why I'm writing text join. I'll just write this. Okay, wait. Just write space. Wait. 52, 32, and 100. Okay, it gave me in one cell, but what I want to do, I want to split this into columns. So suppose I'll drag this for Mira also. F4, F4. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to split it. So as I'm using the word split, so yes, you will use text split. So whatever delimiter you have used in text join, I've used this space, right? So here I have text and my second column delimiter should be this. Okay. The same thing. So you can turn this data into this data by writing this formula. First filter function, then I have joined it, then I splitted it into the columns. Any doubt in this, you can ask me. So this is one of the use cases. If you get well versed with filter function, then you can solve most of the use cases with the help of it. So today we learned about the basic filter function, and then along with and or. For and we use the star asterisk sign, and for or we use plus sign. Okay, and then this curly bracket. This curly bracket is basically used. Now, suppose in your output of the filter function you got 2 columns, but I want only the second column to be present. So I'll just put 0, which I want to exclude, and 1, which I want to include. Okay, and then we learned about the offset function. You can actually suppose see this dynamic graph I told you, right? You can actually create dynamic sum also. So suppose here we have got this. Suppose if I write offset over here, offset reference is my starting point or the base point. Rows I want to okay, so no, I want, so this is the date column, right? I want for the values. So I put this reference over here. I'll move one row forward. I don't want to move any column. I will stay in that column only. And height will be this, because I'm updating on the daily basis, right? Whenever I told you the trick also, whenever you're updating anything on the daily basis, then use count the whole range, and this width will be 1 column. Okay, so this whole range has came till 45, and now you can enclose this with sum. Okay, 120. I mean 1223 is the value. So now suppose if you update this, the 20 update, it will give me 1243. Previously it was 1223, and now if you update 20, then it will be 1243. So okay, so here I had not included the date. If you take 1308, it will get updated. You can show the trend also, and you can do this for sum and average also. You can do average also. So this is the dynamic sum and average, which you are updating on daily basis, and my sum and average, these functions are also getting updated. So if you write over here something like 30 and 40, so automatically my average will get changed and my sum will get changed. Okay, understood this? Okay, so that's all for today from my side. I'll send this sheet in the groups, and yes, Nagarjuna, I'll check your doubt as well. Give me some time. Thank you, everyone. Prem sir, sir, Prem sir, are you there? Hello, Prem sir. Okay, okay, friends. Today, this was all from my side. You can wait. I'll just put. If you are in groups, you can just text me regarding any doubts. I'll try to solve all of them. And 1 second. 1 second. I do have one. I do have my YouTube channel as well. You can refer to this and subscribe it if you want. You can, this is my own YouTube channel. You can subscribe to this one. Thank you. You can leave the meeting. I think it's not available. Okay. Okay, bye. Take care.
Thanks.
Thank you.